finals are set. Big three versus big three. Monica, we're going to start with you. Who's going to have a bigger impact in the finals, Marcus Smart or Draymond Green?
Oh, man, I think Draymond Green is so solidified in his role for what he does with the Golden State Warriors. I think it's actually going to be Smart, Hannah, and I think it's not just about what he does defensively. As the ebbs and flows of this series come, he's got to be the emotional leader that keeps this guy steady, and I think he has a little bit of a ceiling he can reach on the offensive end.
All right, so Monica's going with Marcus Smart over Draymond. All right, Alan, Jalen Brown or Klay Thompson, bigger impact?
Jalen Brown, and he's going to have to because of how the Warriors defense is going to take Jason Tatum out of the game, much like they tried to take Luka Doncic out of it, make the role players beat you. And he's not a role player, and that's one thing the Mavericks didn't have as a guy that good. So Jalen Brown, to me, will have to have a big impact on this series.
All right, Amari, it's up to you to bring us home. Jason Tatum or Steph Curry?
Ooh. I got Steph Curry. And the reason why I have Steph Curry because he's unpredictable. The way this guy scored a basketball, I've seen him score 54 points against me in the Garden when I played for the Knicks. I mean, this guy. He's unbelievable, man. And I think if he really gets off to a great start in this series, he's going to be hard to stop.
Does Tatum have to elevate his game in this finals?
He does. He does. I mean, obviously teams are going to try to trap him, right? So you have to be able to attack that trap right away before it comes. And once you make that pass and then get open again to be more aggressive offensively. So he needs to be more assertive for sure in this series.
We're talking about the series MVP, but if he plays the way he did in the Eastern Conference Finals, can he lead his team to beat the Warriors in the NBA Finals? No,
I think he was more of a playmaker in this series because he had to be, but I think he has to be more assertive. He was against Milwaukee. The Jason Tatum against the Bucks and Giannis, that's the guy I think could help lead a team to a championship. That's
the one we need. Okay, both these teams have a roster full of all-stars, but who will be the series-defining superstar, Monica?
I think it's actually going to be Klay, Hannah. And I think, first of all, Klay is getting back to real form. And I think he's even talked post-game about the journey in terms of really starting to feel good. Obviously, Steph's going to garner a ton of attention. Andrew Wiggins is going to be a really curious matchup on both sides of the ball. But if Klay can get loose, and because he is also so incredibly efficient, catch and shoot, light it up, we think about what he has done in Game 6s in the past, I think it might be Klay.
All right, do you guys buy that Klay Thompson will be the defining superstar in the series? Amari looks very skeptical.
No, I mean, Monica makes a really good point. Like, if Klay does have a great series, it can be a game changer. But for me, I say Steph Curry, because he's just a remarkable player, and he has a chance to really set a tone for his legacy. I'm sure he's thinking about that. He can become his first-time Finals MVP. These things are something that a player thinks about as you go into the finals.
Oh, so you're telling me he's thinking about the fact that he's never won a Finals MVP?
Oh yeah, any little bit of motivation you can find to get you over the hump in this series, you got to go for it.
All right, because if you look at this list here, multiple MVPs, rings, and scoring titles, look at the company that he is in already. First of all, series-defining player for you?
That's why I love having players on the set, because the players give you the players' insight and what they're thinking about. Because the rest of us go, Steph's not thinking about that, right? And Amari's like, yes, he is.
Is he your series-defining
absolutely,
player?
Steph Curry for sure. And for that exact reason, because it's the one piece of hardware not in his trophy case. And he knows it. Everybody reminds him of it. And this is his opportunity to get it. And look at the company he's in getting that.
Okay, so does he need that? Does he need that Finals MVP, Monica, to elevate him to the level of the greatest in the game?
I don't think so, Hannah. And I think Steph has literally been a game changer. Yes, you check the missing piece of hardware, but what he has done in terms of, I'll say it again, literally changing the game, to me, is well documented. And so I would just push back to the guys with this. If it's a neck-and-neck thing, right, like, will it go to Steph potentially because of this conversation? But to me, what Klay is going to be needed to do on both sides of the floor and getting back to that form makes him a sneaky candidate for this conversation.
Here's the one thing to watch also. If you said neck and neck, Monica, if it comes down to that, I, as a member of the media, used to vote on things like this, and that's what you vote on in the finals. And you know how we are. We get emotional. And Klay Thompson is a great story. And that could be a tiebreaker of, well, think about this. 2 years ago, Clay had the Achilles, and then, he's got the ACL, and all this stuff happened to him. And look at this, come back to the top of the mountain and play so well in the finals, give it to him. So don't discount that.
But there's also people who go back a few years and think that really Steph could have been the MVP of the finals instead of Andre Iguodala.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
How much does it matter, you think, for his legacy?
I don't think it matters a lot. I mean, obviously something you want to try to accomplish, but he's already set in stone, right? This guy, he's already a remarkable player. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. His career is already established. Everyone knows how great of a player he is. He's such a game changer in the game of basketball. Kids nowadays want to be Steph Curry. They want to shoot the lone three now, all because of Steph Curry and the way he played the game. So it doesn't really affect his legacy, but it does add to it.
Yes.
And he's thinking about it. Amari made that very clear, and that is dangerous in and of itself. All right, quickly, we got to check out some eye candy here. Braves #1 prospect, Michael lead after double-digit lead in the Heat, just kept coming back. Gabe Vincent to Bam Adebayo for the alley-oop here. He had 25 points and 11 rebounds.
Good to see Bam get off to a good start. People have been questioning him in this series, but he was big in this game.
Max Strus finding Butler finishing with the tough layup. And then there's 6 minutes to play. It's now a 9-point game. Shot clock winding down. Tatum. Oh, that's a tough one.
Jason Tatum, the MVP of the conference finals, well-deserved, and now taking that next step to the NBA Finals.
Butler driving inside, finishes at the rim. He had 35 points, 9 rebounds, played 48 minutes in this one. And then with 4.5 to play, it's Tatum spinning, hitting the shot over Butler. The Celtics are back up by 10. Just over a minute to play. Kyle Lowry driving inside for the score. It's a 5-point game with a minute to play. Next possession for the Celtics. Brown inside. He's called for the offensive foul here.
Elbow to the face. Look at this right here. Amari, I don't know. Is that an offensive foul? Is that a play on?
That's a play on, playoff move.
All right, off the dribble handoff. Here goes Strus. Tough three-pointer. Here comes Miami. They need a stop. Marcus Smart can't get it to fall. Butler comes up with it. And now this, the key to the game. He's got Horford on him. He goes for the win. He goes for the three. It doesn't drop. He doesn't drive. He doesn't go for the tie. He leaves it all out there on the floor. Allen.
I called game. At least he was trying to. Hits the front rim on that one. That's a fatigue shot. You want to end it right there.
Boston wins 100-96. Look at Bam. He's ripping the jersey in frustration. Tatum, the MVP, the first ever Larry Bird trophy. He had 26 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists. Now they move on to the NBA Finals to face Golden State on Thursday.
My thought process was go for the win, which I did. Missed a shot, but I'm taking that shot. My teammates liked the shot that I took, so I'm living with it.
When he shot that, I was like, man, what the hell? But he missed. We get the rebound, we move on.
And per second spectrum, Jimmy Butler had a 29% chance to make that pull-up three with under 20 seconds remaining. Entering Sunday, he took just 19 pull-up three-pointers for the entire season. He only made 6. He attempted a season-high 3 pull-up threes in Game 7, and he made